All right, now we have done a little bit of this, and let's see if we've missed anything. Well, what I like to do when I'm finished, and I have demoed quite a few times, and sometimes folks send me a balloon drawing, and once in a while I'll find that after I balloon it, things have been missed. So under Drawing, Snap, Fill, anything that isn't red I have missed. There's also under Drawing, Snap, a virtual whiteout. Anything that still remains on this drawing, I have not ballooned. Now, this is a simple drawing, but I know all of you have worked on drawings that have been really complicated. And this might save you a little headache later on to see if you have missed anything. Usually we don't over-balloon. Sometimes we forget something. Has anyone out in my listening audience ever missed a characteristic? Let me see. Oh, everybody says they've never missed one. I do have the best class. Ah, okay, maybe one person has. All right. Yeah, we all have. Let's be honest. We've all missed something. Look at me. I missed number 3. Okay. I'm going to balloon this. And it's now number 12. I'm not really satisfied with that being a 12, are you? Now think of you in terms of the customer. 1, 2, and then 2.1, 2, and 3, and a 12. You know, seriously? No. Right up here, and let me go ahead and fix. What should I do to fix this? Anybody? I have no OCR result. Oh my goodness. Anybody know what I should do in order to correct this, in order to get my OCR to work a little bit better? Any suggestions? Yeah, you could adjust the scale. I'd first try the DPI. The DPI would start with that first, but you're exactly right. If the scale is not, if you tried that and didn't care, I would go to the scale next. Absolutely, good job. I would probably start with DPI. Let's make that characteristic number 3 because it's more logical, and 1, 2, and 3. Everybody else got bumped up 1. I inserted it logically into the AS9102. Well, I also promised you a little bit of Forms 1 and 2, and then we're going to do some exporting. All right. Under TDP, now we said this was component, but I'm going to change my mind. Let's say it's an assembly for today. So under TDP, I have a parts list. I could enter it manually, part number, and he's a bolt. How exciting is that? Kind of tedious, wouldn't you agree? Or I can put together a CSV, a comma-separated value Excel. Absolutely. Someone asked me if I could slow down. You bet. That was under TDP parts list. And I can enter it manually. Let me know if this can see. Sometimes there's a little lag time, too, with the GoToMeeting. Let me know if there's a lag time. And I could enter the number manually. And I'll say it's a shroud. And click OK. And click Close. That's way to do it manually. Or I could create a CSV file. Now, I created this previously. It's just an Excel, but you save it as CSV. You could put in your part number here, your part name, and I'm going to change that to Bolt. Well, it'd be nice if I know how to spell again. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry. Keep messing up, don't I? Okay. I'll be PN. There we go. I want to modify this a little bit. There we go. Change it a little bit. I could change my name of my supplier. And E is that first article report number. Notice I kept C blank for the CSV file. Keep this one for your parts list. If you would like this sample, let me know, and I will send this to you, and you can modify it for your own needs. When you save it as a comma delimited or CSV file. Put it on my desktop. I'll replace it. You'll get this little thing that says, did you know that you're working with a CSV file? And say, yes, I know I'm doing that. There we go. So now under TDP parts list, let's import that. I did these two manually by clicking this first character, this first icon, but let's upload. And there's my part list. Just select it, wherever it is. And remember this first one, I changed. The benefit is that it completes all this data, and we will export that out. Let me know if you'd like to see that again or if we're okay. Okay, now let's go into Form 2. It's the same concept. Okay, I'll do it again. It's the same concept, and I'll do it again. Under TDP, Material Process List. Remember the Loctite that I highlighted? I could do the same thing as I did with the parts list by entering it manually. Just put some bogus data in here. And my process name, code, supplier. You probably saw that when I highlighted that particular Loctite previously. That's manually. Or I can upload, here's my sample spec. I will send this to anyone who wants this. Hi, Paul. Material process name goes here. The spec name goes here. Revision, this is all fake data. My supplier, yes, no. Yes has to be formatted in this way. It's case sensitive. I put these little headers up here just to share with you how it has to be formatted. Insert number. Again, you want to save this as a CSV file, comma separated value. It's my material process list. Just accept all the prompts, and when I go into DISCUS, again, that is under TDP, material process, and this icon imports it. I will be happy to send those files to you. Absolutely. Anybody who requests it can get it. I don't want to burden anybody. And here's my sample spec list, and there it is. Again, my material name goes in that column, that, and this should get a good idea. You're going to see this all exported. I'll be happy to send you a copy of any of this that you see. I'll even send you a sample drawing. You let me know what you like, and I'll just spend some time and email my little heart out to you. Okay, again, under the parts list, just open that, do it manually, or this button is the import. Great. Now, let's export, shall we? Under File, Export, let's export the drawing. I could export just my current view, which is this little table, or all my drawings to one single neat PDF or two separate PDFs. Let me think about my customer for a minute. He would like to have them all in one nice, neat PDF. I know him pretty well. So I'm going to do all three of them as a single PDF. Looks good. Click Write. And notice the name of the drawing has the word ballooned up here. It does not replace your original pristine drawing from your customer, which must remain untouched. But this is basically a copy of it with the balloons and a new name. Here's as much work as I've done. Boy, look at that key characteristic. Can't miss that. And then here's the third one. I didn't do much with that one. You're in the land of Microsoft Adobe at this point. Wonderful. Now, let's export to the AS9102. Export using a template. I have a lot of templates in here that I have created. And if you need help with a template, you let us know. Send us your Excel. And sometimes if you send us the sample output, what you think it should look like, that helps us create a template for you. In my advanced class, I show you how to modify your own templates. This is, I selected my template, and here I am going to, it's my output. Where do you want to save that? Well, you would normally want to save that into your, your network, where it's going to be backed up. I'll just put it out here under DISCUS. There we go. And click Select and Export. Now, when I exported this, I chose to have all the images excluded. Here's the data, my sheet and zone. This is Form 3. I'll go through each of the forms. This is Excel. Okay, do you remember this one? I chose to have the image come along for the ride. You could have the whole AS9102 with all the images right from the AS9102 if you want, and I'm going to do it again and show you how you do that. Or I could exclude them all and just cherry pick the one I want. I'm going to do that in my next export, but let's go to Form 1. Here's my part list. These two I did manually, and the rest of them I used that CSV file. My part number, I didn't type that. This came from the TDP properties. My company, remember I said that? And I said it's an assembly. I chose assembly because I wanted my part list, and I said a full. Let's look at Form 2. These are all the special processes. Remember the one I said, hi, Paul? And my name, Dan? All that came in from that CSV file. And prepared by Becky. And my name. And here's Form 3. Okay, I'm going to close that out. And I'm going to show you under BOC, I excluded the images. This time, I'm going to include them all, do another export under File, Export, to Excel, and name it a little bit something different, and export. Notice it takes a little bit longer for it to export because the images are now coming along for the ride. So they all are. You may not want that. You may think it's a little cluttery. In that case, under BOC, exclude them, and just find the one that you do want. Maybe it's this one. You would like this image to come over. Just when you're confirming the data, deselect, exclude, and when you export, we'll be on the lookout for number 9. That one will come through. Let's put a 9 here so I keep my eyes out for it, open for it, and yes. And there, oh, sorry, wrong one. Got a little ahead of myself. There we go. I said number 9 came along. There it is. So you can cherry pick which ones you want, if you want any at all or none. Okay, I get done with that one. Oh, don't save it. And I'll get rid of this. These are in this, all the various Excels.